Right, the Syd Barrett enigma. It really is one of the enigmas of rock music, Syd Barrett. I've been concentrating on it over the last couple of days, as you may know if you've been listening, because a new compilation album has been released of some of his outtakes towards what one might call the end of his musical career. Just to brief you on the details, if you don't know, he was a founder member of Pink Floyd, and really their leading inspiration in their very earliest years. He was responsible for the original concept of the band. He named the band. He was responsible and wrote all their early hit singles, and was 99% the artistic and creative force behind their legendary early album. I suppose one might say their Piper at the Gates of Dawn. But Syd was a victim of the 60s and all its successes, and he had a 2-year period of creative activity. He did brilliant things. And he's disappeared, and all sorts of stories have surfaced about what he's doing and where he is. It's certainly nothing to do with the music business. Dave Gilmour of Pink Floyd said of him, he was one of 3 or 4 of the greats, along with Bob Dylan. Before I speak to Paul Breen, who knows the whereabouts of Syd Barrett and knows exactly what Syd Barrett's doing now, on the line from Cambridge, I have Paul Breen. Paul, thank you very much for taking the time to join us this evening at comparatively short notice. In what way are you actually related to Syd Barrett?
Yes, Syd is my brother-in-law, my wife's brother, in fact.
So you're married to Syd's sister?
Yes.
Logically enough. A lot of people are interested. What is Syd doing now?
Right, he's now living in Cambridge. And contrary to public opinion, he's not living in a field in a barrel somewhere. He's living in a semi-detached house in the suburban outskirts of Cambridge City.
And he would be, what, 43 years old?
He's 43 or 44, I'm not quite sure at the moment, or round about that age.
You could describe him as a recluse, couldn't you?
I think it would probably be, the word recluse perhaps is slightly emotive. I think it would probably be truer to say that he enjoys his own company more than that of others.
It's a long time since he played any music, or does he still have a guitar? Does he still practice music or write music?
No, he doesn't play any musical instruments anymore. He's not interested in writing music. He concentrates his energies these days. He's started to develop an interest yet again in painting, which was originally his main interest back in the early 60s.
Of course, because he came from an art college background, didn't he?
That's right, yes.
And lots of family still alive, apart from yourself?
Yes, he's got 2 brothers and 2 sisters. His mother's still living in Cambridge. He leads a very normal life. Probably sees her once or twice a week, meets her in town, does a bit of shopping with her. Very, very ordinary sort of lifestyle. And
does he ever get recognised?
Rarely, I think, because, since he was a significant public figure, of course, he's aged 20 years. The hair has receded a little. He would be recognisable to someone who knew him well 20 years ago, but probably not to people who'd just seen him on album covers or on television back in the heyday of Top of the Pops and things.
Does he have any contact at all with the other members of Pink Floyd?
Not to my knowledge, no.
And how does Syd himself view the 60s and his part in it and that whole thing?
I think it's a part of his life that he prefers to forget now. He had some bad experiences, and thankfully he's come through all the worst of those, and is now able, fortunately, to lead a normal life here in Cambridge.
So it's a difficult one to answer this, but one I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in knowing the answer to. Is Syd happy?
Yes. Yes, he is. There's a level of contentment now which he probably hasn't felt since before he got involved with music, in fact, and he's developing new interests, and particularly his painting, I think, is something which could progress as the years go by now.
Well, I know he doesn't speak to the press, and I don't blame him for that, but when you next see him, Paul, pass on our very best wishes to him.
I will do, Nicky.
And we're still very much enjoying the great music he made.
Okay, I'll tell him so.
Thank you to Paul Breen. Well, current members of Pink Floyd's comments in public on Syd Barrett have been few and far between. The musical comment was this: they made this album, Wish You Were Here, and from it, here's the track, Shine On, You Crazy Diamond, dedicated to the memory of Syd Barrett. The words really say it all.